Hi, I'm Max with Modern Music Studio. I do vocal engineering over here. My specialty is hip hop, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a beat in FL Studio. First things first, over here we can see that we've got the channel rack out right here, the mixer right down here, and then the main thing is the playlist over here. So this is where everything, your patterns, everything's going to be laid out, and this is what's going to make your actual beat, and this will be the length of it, everything. So I typically like to start out with a melody first. So for our melody, we're going to be using Flex to insert a new melody. We just want to go over here, right click it, press replace, and we'll replace that with Flex. For this sound, I'm going to be using a grand piano. You can go through all of these sounds, choose whatever you want. And to test out each sound, you can just double click on it and then press one of these keys to test how it sounds, just to see what you want. I'm going to be starting out with a grand. For the chords, sometimes you could plug in them yourself, but a little cheat that I like to use is by going up here, right next to this magnet. You can click on this and you can choose whatever type of chord you want. So if you want it to be a major seventh, you can put that in, just a major, minor seventh, minor ninth. You have all these options. And what you can do with these is, for example, I'll put it in minor seventh. You can click on this and simply click on the piano roll, and it will drag in a chord automatically for you. I think I'm gonna start this one on a simple C. So with this, we can also drag it out. As you can see, that's a little too short. We'll drag it out to the second bar. And now we have one chord. From there, we could just go on, add chords, and I'm gonna go till the fourth bar, and then it will be looping. And for the rest of these chords, I'm just gonna be plugging them in. You can also just click on these, go back to what you had it in, and just do the chords like that. I like more personalization with the sound, so. So right now you can see after it plays out, it will loop back to the top, and that's because right now we're selected in the pattern section. So that's a basic melody. And what I'm gonna do with this, since I don't like it being that low of a tone, I'm just gonna bring it up a few semitones just by holding shift and pressing up on the arrow key. And you can bring up the chord to whatever key you want. I'll probably set this at E. So once you have a basic chord progression going, as you can see, that's already looping over here, but once we go back to the playlist, you can see nothing's in the playlist and it's just a blank playlist. So what you could do with that is, now you have that pattern in the left-hand side over here. What you can do is just drag it in, and now you have it actually in the playlist. So with this, you can loop it in real time and plug in these patterns right next to each other. So you could drag this out for however long you want, and then you'll have a continuous loop. So moving on to the drums, once you have your melody set down, you could go back into your channel rack over here, and you can see there's already some stock sounds down here, such as your clap, your hi-hat, and your snare. But these are stock, so usually what I like to do is I like to download a drum kit on Google, and simply what you want to do with that folder, once you get a drum kit, is you could just drag it in to this browser on the left-hand side, and this is where all of your sounds will be stored pretty much. So I like to start out with a clap just because it's a simple rhythm usually, especially with a lot of beats today. So for this one, I'll just be using a basic clap. We have this one right here. So what you want to do with that, once you find your good sound, your good clap, you just drag it in, put it over this, and then you can start laying down a pattern. When you're doing this, you want to always remember to add a new pattern before you add in your claps. So over here, you could do that by going up to pattern, where it says pattern, pressing that plus sign on the right side, and it will add a new pattern. And right now it's blank because we haven't added anything in it. Drag it in, extend it to the length of your existing melody. For this clap pattern, we'll just be putting it in, skipping every one of these little 4 white sections. So once you get just a basic clap pattern down, I like to go to the hi-hats next. So I'll just press the plus button, and then we can drag in our pattern right down here, and then go back to your channel rack, choose whatever hi-hat you want. For this one, we'll just be using simple side piece hi-hat. Drag it in right under the clap. You can plug it in yourself and do your own pattern, or you could take a little shortcut and you could right click on it and then press fill each two-step. What that will do is it will create an automatic two-step pattern. So once you have that, I'm gonna just go ahead and add an open hat in here. So I think open hats are always needed in beats. And then you can go ahead and just put it wherever you want. Play around with it. You can move it around wherever you want. Right now our piano is in insert 1, so with insert 1 you could see that's the piano. We could turn it down, bring it back up. But one way to make this a little bit less confusing is by actually clicking on each of your sounds. You can click on where you want it in the mixer and then just press Command L, and that will automatically put it in the mixer. And now we have these all lined out on the mixer, so we can adjust the volumes through here, which is typically better for beats. Now, one thing this beat is missing is the actual punch, the kick, and the 808. I'm gonna start out with the kicks. Again, you just wanna create a new pattern, drag it in, get your kick, whatever kick you wanna use, drag it into your channel rack over here, and then you can just start plugging it in. We'll just do a simple pattern. So what else I'm gonna add is I'm just gonna do a quick 808 pattern. So drag in our 808 sound that we wanna use. And with 808s, I like to make the pattern in a higher key so that I can hear what it sounds like and see if it matches the key of the actual melody. And then after that, we can bring it down an octave. So for this one, I'm just gonna find the root note. And I also like to follow the kick with the 808 too. Now that we've got our basic 808 pattern down, you always want to make sure that you never go past how long the actual pattern is. So up here you can see it's highlighted red, and that's how long the actual pattern is on the playlist. So you typically don't want to go past this because then it won't loop. So as you can see, I just cut it off right there. That's the end of the pattern. And now you have your 808 pattern, so. Very simple. So now, once you have all that laid out, this is a very simple beat. What you want to do, or what you can do, is you have everything laid out over here, right? So now you want to structure it. You want to make it sound like an actual beat. To have it come in, I usually like to start out with just the melody. And then this is where you have pretty much your freedom to do whatever you want. So you could have the hi-hats come in first with the clap. You could have the 808 just come in. You could have it however you want, really. So for this, I'll probably just have the hi-hats come in right here with the clap and the open hat. Again, it's all up to you how you want to do it. And this is how it will sound pretty much. For some parts, I like to use this shortcut. What you can do is you could select whatever you want to paste. You could just select it, press Command B, and what that will do is it will create an exact copy and put it right on the bar next to it of whatever you want to loop. So then you can go through, adjust it, cut out whatever you want cut out at certain parts. You can cut out the 808s at parts, the kicks at parts. From there, I mean, pretty much is however long you want the song to be, however long the rapper wants the song to be. You could tell the length up here by looking at this time. This will tell you this is at 2 minutes 30. So once you have everything laid out, the final thing once you're done with the beat is you always want to save it. Save as, decide on a name. To export it, once it's finally done, you just go back up to File. You can go over here to Export, and you can choose whatever you want to export it as. So we'll just do MP3. Just export it from there. That's how you export it. That's how you make a beat in FL Studio. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Modern Music Studio for more videos like this.